Hey guys, and welcome back. Now, today I want to keep on, the similar topics of mindset and discipline, things like that. But I wanted to keep it real today, like super real. I want to share a little bit about, myself as well, stuff that is just honest and raw because that's what this is about, you know. Now, I talk a lot on mental health. I talk a lot on mentality, masculinity, spiritualism, fitness, strength, all these things. Okay, and a lot of you may think that I have it all together, and that I live by all these values and standards every day without problem. And I'm here to tell you that it's simply not the case. It's tough, you know. I'm a human being. I struggle with my mental health. I have for many years, and it's something I'm continually working on. Something I'm working very hard on this year. That that can make life challenging, we'll say. Now, it's easy. It's easy to put into place and practice good habits when things are going well. We all know that. Because when things are going well, generally we're highly motivated. And when we're motivated, we have no real issue doing things that may be a little challenging because we feel that we're getting pretty instant gratification from what we're doing and the reward is there. Now, that's all well and good. The more motivation you have and the more days you wake up motivated, the better, right? Because you're feeling very positive, and that's great. However, it's not realistic because the issue that we run into there is that if you are someone who relies solely on motivation, when things go badly, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. You may fold, crumble, be paralyzed by what is happening around you, because when things get hard and you don't want to practice these things because you're feeling a certain way, you're reacting to the moment in time, and in that moment in time you could be completely deflated and defeated, and you may not see any point in what you're doing because all of a sudden it's like, I've been doing all these things and now I feel like shit again. What's the point? That is something I struggle with personally. And that relates closely to my borderline personality disorder. However, it's not something I'm okay with. I'm not okay with my attitude in those moments, in those times. I always wake myself up again, and I always come back to myself, and I always come back to my values. But there is a period in time where my internal dialogue is toxic and destructive. And words are powerful, as I've said before. When we speak poorly on ourselves and our situations, it creates destruction and negativity in your own reality. So one of my goals at the moment is that when things aren't going well, when things may not seem like they're going to plan, my goal at the moment is to remain positive, grateful, and on my path. And I think the biggest thing is, and I want to leave maybe this phrase with you, is that to execute even when it feels impossible. So even on those days when you're feeling lackluster, depressed, defeated, dig in even deeper just to prove to yourself that even when you don't want to fucking do these things, that you fucking will. That you can count on yourself to do these things and to not let yourself down. That's important. That's huge. You can then build that trust within yourself that you can handle your shit. And that is a big step, on the way to mastery of self. So, just obviously a little bit of a shorter message today, but I hope that that you can take something from this, because you're not alone when you are feeling defeated, when you are feeling like shit. Keep putting into place these values and these steps every day. Every day you wake up, you have, your steps for success for the day, whatever that may be. You have a routine. You wake up in the morning. Me, for example, I'll try and meditate before I do anything, and then I'll get to work. That sets me up for success in my day. And I set checklists, and when I'm applying this, and when I'm hitting my checklists and ticking off all the boxes of my day, even if I don't feel amazing, or I feel like shit, when I get to the end of the day, I look back and I'm like, man, you did your job. You did everything that you were supposed to do today. Let's say the fucking word, you manned up and you got it done. And that's what it's about. There is huge reward and huge growth that comes from that realization that you are powerful all the time, not just when things are going your way. And over time, as you keep putting these things in place, it will become easier. But we must create habits. We must change the way that our brain works. And that's difficult. It goes to that neuroplasticity. You need to change the way your brain is, and you change that. Well, a large part of that is, internal dialogue. How are you speaking to yourself? How are you anchoring certain events into your psyche? Are they anchored to pain? Are they anchored to gratitude? Are they anchored to love, to hate? You need to become aware of these things on a very deep level, and that's probably a conversation for another day. But it always starts within you guys. Okay, so make sure that the next time you feel like, I don't want to do this today, there is no point, get that shit out of your head as quick as you can. Get back to work. Get on that path. And if it comes up again, nah. You don't need to listen to every single voice in your head. Trust me. You will know when there is value coming to you. But after a while, you'll also figure out that there's a part of you, we'll call it the shadow, as I referred to before, that doesn't want to serve you. It clings to the chaos and the past traumas of your life to recreate these feelings and emotions, because that is what you're used to. Okay? So, my message, guys, as I've said, execute even when it feels impossible. Okay? We're not always going to be motivated, but we can always be disciplined. We can always execute. Doesn't matter what is against us. At the end of the day, that choice is yours. The choice comes down to you. You decide, am I going to bitch out today, or am I going to push on? Seems like an easy decision now, but get into the moment. And when it's that hard decision, you make that fucking hard decision. And you get back on your path. You get up, you go again. So yeah, guys. Hopefully you take some positivity out of that, because I guess at face value, a lot of what I talk about seems doom and gloom. I assure you it's not. These are the inner, darker parts of ourselves that we must confront. And I may not be popular, I may not be following trends, and I'm not being fake, I'm being real. So hopefully some of you see value in that. If you do, guys, I'd love to hear some feedback. I'd love to hear what you think. Please, obviously, like, subscribe. I'm still new to all this shit, so the more you guys do that, the more it helps me, the more I can help you. I want this message to be out there. I'm not fucking perfect. I do my fucking best to live by what I say, and I always will. But again, I can be real and say that there are some days that I fail. There are some days that I fail, and those days I fucking regret. I regret those days that I've failed. But still get back up. Go again. Got to put it behind you. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Don't fucking let it happen again. Till next time, be good or be good at it.